Ah, the eternal mystery. Does she like you, or is she just being polite? If you've ever puzzled over those subtle glances, fleeting smiles, or curious questions, you're not alone. Women have a way of communicating their attraction that's as intricate as a spider's web. Delicate, deliberate, and all too easy to miss if you're not paying attention. In today's journey through the tangled jungle of female psychology, we'll uncover the 7 unmistakable signs she's secretly attracted to you. These aren't mere guesses. They're rooted in science, decoded by the sharpest minds in psychology, and guaranteed to sharpen your instincts. From the way she looks at you to the unspoken rhythms of her actions, these signs reveal more than words ever could. So, if you're ready to crack the code, stick with me. Each clue will unlock a deeper understanding of the subtle dance of attraction. And hey, before we dive in, why not subscribe? You wouldn't want to miss the wisdom that might just change your life, or at least your dating game. Now, let's peel back the curtain and get to the truth behind her hidden signals. Sign number 1, the lingering glance. Ah, the lingering glance. A tale as old as time and twice as complicated. Have you ever caught her gaze lingering just a heartbeat? Too long, as if her eyes were trying to say something her lips couldn't dare whisper. Well, my friend, that's no mere accident. It's the non-verbal Morse code of attraction, flashing a signal that only the attuned can decipher. When a woman holds eye contact with you, not fleetingly, but with a warmth and intensity that could melt an iceberg, she's letting you into her unspoken world. Science backs this up. Studies suggest that prolonged eye contact fosters connection, ignites closeness, and, brace yourself, can even spark attraction. It's no wonder poets have spent centuries waxing lyrical about the power of a glance. This lingering look isn't just an invitation, it's a test too. She's watching to see how you'll respond. Will you flinch, look away, or meet her gaze with equal intensity? Because in that silent exchange lies the seed of a deeper connection. Oh, and here's a fun fact. Attraction dilates pupils. So if you spot her eyes widening ever so slightly, take note. You might just be the reason for it. Often, the lingering glance comes paired with delightful accompaniments. A soft smile, a subtle head tilt, or the slight arching of brows. These little gestures are like the punctuation to her unspoken sentence, adding layers of meaning to a single look. The glance may be fleeting, but its message is anything but. The next time you catch her gaze lingering a second too long, don't dismiss it as coincidence. That look might just be the window to her heart, waiting for you to peer through. Sign number 2, the subtle touch. Now, let's talk about the subtle touch. A quiet yet powerful gesture that speaks volumes. Ever felt her fingertips graze your arm during a conversation, or caught a playful nudge that seemed a little more intentional than accidental? These seemingly innocent gestures aren't just random. They're her way of closing the distance without uttering a single word. In the delicate dance of attraction, touch is a bold yet understated move. A gentle brush of the hand or a light tap on the shoulder creates a spark that's impossible to ignore. Science, once again, comes to the rescue. Touch releases oxytocin, the so-called bonding hormone, fostering trust and connection. What might seem like a casual gesture is often her way of signaling, I'm comfortable around you and I want to be closer. But don't mistake these touches for grand declarations. They're subtle, almost imperceptible, like the breeze before a storm. A playful shove when you make her laugh, or her hand lingering just a second too long as she passes you something. These moments are tiny, yet profound. They break down invisible barriers and draw you into her orbit. Touch doesn't just connect bodies, it bridges emotions. It's her way of testing the waters, seeing if you feel the same pull she does. And let's be honest, there's a certain electricity in those fleeting moments of contact that words could never replicate. So, the next time her touch lingers, or her fingers graze yours, don't brush it off. These subtle gestures are her unspoken way of saying, I see you, and I want you to see me too. Recognizing and responding to these cues will deepen the connection, turning those fleeting touches into lasting memories. In this dance of glances and gestures, every moment is a clue, every signal a chance to understand her better. Keep your eyes open and your instincts sharp. She might already be telling you everything you need to know. Sign number 3, the unspoken compliment. The unspoken compliment. A masterpiece of subtlety, where admiration doesn't roar like a lion, but purrs softly, just loud enough to be heard by those who listen carefully. Ever feel like her tone warms up when she talks to you, her smile lingers when you share a thought, or her eyes light up when you recount your latest adventure? That, dear friend, is no accident. It's her way of slipping admiration between the cracks of conversation, a quiet applause for the person you are. A woman secretly drawn to you won't always come out with a grand proclamation like, "You're amazing." Instead, she'll offer these indirect nods of approval, a little laugh when you're being clever, a soft, that's impressive when you share your ideas, or the way she seems to savor the sound of your voice. These subtle cues build a bridge of connection without ever setting off the alarm bells of awkwardness. Psychologists say these quiet acknowledgements aren't just flattery. They're a dance of deeper intentions. Compliments, especially the understated ones, spark feelings of closeness and affirmation. And they're not always verbal either. A warm smile when you walk in the room, a thoughtful look as you speak, or a slight lean toward you in conversation all scream, "I admire you," without uttering a word. This is her way of testing the waters, of letting you know she sees something special in you, all while keeping her cards close to her chest. If you recognize this subtle admiration and respond with gratitude, not arrogance, you build a mutual foundation of respect and understanding. So next time her eyes linger a moment longer, or her laugh seems just a bit more heartfelt, don't underestimate the power of her unspoken compliment. It's a love letter, written in the language of silence, and it's yours to read. Sign number 4, the engaging conversations. If words could build bridges, then engaging conversations are her way of laying the foundation for something more. When a woman is truly interested, she'll dive headfirst into meaningful exchanges that go far beyond the shallow waters of small talk. She's not here to chat about the weather. She's here to understand what makes you tick, what lights your fire, and why you are who you are. These conversations are an open invitation into her world, and a subtle nudge for you to share yours. She'll lean in, not just physically but emotionally, asking questions that matter. What inspires you? What's your take on this? And offering pieces of herself in return. This isn't idle chatter, it's an exploration, a journey of connection. Studies confirm that people feel closer after meaningful dialogue, and she knows this instinctively. Her effort to engage in deep conversation is her way of creating an emotional bond, of making you feel seen and understood. Notice how her eyes brighten when you talk about your passions, or how she mirrors your enthusiasm when you discuss your goals. That's no accident. The key here is her investment. She's not looking at her phone or waiting for her turn to talk. She's present, hanging on your words, and adding her own thoughts to keep the dialogue alive. Pay attention to her tone, her animated expressions, and the way her energy seems to match yours. It's all a sign she's genuinely interested in building a connection with you. So, the next time she engages you in a conversation that feels like it could go on forever, don't take it for granted. In those words and shared silences lies the beginning of something meaningful, a connection she's inviting you to embrace. Sign number 5. The subtle gestures. Subtle gestures, the unsung poetry of attraction. When a woman is secretly drawn to you, it's not in grand proclamations or dramatic overtures. No, it's in the tiniest of movements. The way her hand brushes yours accidentally, how she playfully nudges your arm during a joke, or the thoughtful way she remembers that obscure hobby you casually mentioned weeks ago. These small acts aren't random. They're intentional whispers of her feelings, written in the language of action. You see, subtle gestures have a way of sneaking past our defenses. Psychologists call it non-verbal communication. But let's not dress it up too much. It's simply her showing you that she cares in ways that words could never quite manage. A fleeting touch, a quick glance, or the effort to do something kind for you. All of these actions quietly scream, "I'm paying attention, and you matter." Science even backs this up. Studies reveal that simple, thoughtful gestures can foster intimacy and trust, releasing feel-good chemicals that create a bond stronger than any cleverly worded compliment. So when she straightens your tie, hands you your favorite drink without asking, or leans in just a little closer than necessary, don't let these signs slip by unnoticed. Every playful nudge and gentle touch is a chapter in her unspoken story of interest. Your job is to read between the lines, notice the care in her actions, and respond with your own gestures of appreciation. After all, subtlety is an art, and she's painting a masterpiece right in front of you. Sign number 6, emotional openness. When a woman starts to peel back the layers of her heart, revealing her dreams, fears, and those vulnerable corners of her soul, it's not just small talk, it's an invitation to something deeper. Emotional openness is like holding out an olive branch, not just for peace, but for connection. And when she shares these intimate parts of herself with you, it's a clear sign she sees you as someone special, someone she trusts. Think about it. How often do we bear our insecurities and share our triumphs with just anyone? This kind of openness is rare. And when she's confiding in you, she's saying, "I trust you to hold this part of me." It's not just words, it's an offering of herself, wrapped in vulnerability and tied with a ribbon of trust. Psychologists tell us that emotional sharing creates bonds stronger than steel. When she leans on you for advice, opens up about her childhood dreams, or tells you about her secret fear of clowns, she's inviting you into her world. This isn't idle chatter. It's the groundwork for real intimacy, the kind that builds lasting relationships. So, when she shares her stories, don't just nod absent-mindedly. Listen like her words are treasures because they are. Show empathy, ask questions, and make her feel understood. Emotional openness is the most honest form of attraction, offering a glimpse of her true self and a chance for you to connect on a level far deeper than the surface. Sign number 7, respectful engagement. Respect, a rare jewel in the crown of attraction. When a woman is secretly drawn to you, it shines through in the way she engages with you. This isn't mere politeness or the mechanical nods of someone biding their time. No, this is genuine, heartfelt interest. She listens like your words are golden, remembers those tiny details you casually mentioned, and treats you with a warmth that makes you feel like the most fascinating man alive. You'll notice it in the steady eye contact, the way she leans in just a bit closer, and the thoughtful questions that show she's not just hearing you. She's actually paying attention. Maybe she recalls your favorite book from a passing comment, or follows up on that work project you mentioned. These gestures, small as they seem, are her way of saying, "What you think and feel matters to me." Psychologists tell us that attraction often spurs this kind of focused respect. It's the foundation for deeper connections, where admiration and genuine interest take root. So, the next time you catch her hanging on your every word or lighting up when you walk into a room, don't dismiss it as mere kindness. That, my friend, is the subtle dance of respect meeting attraction. So there you have it, the 7 subtle yet powerful signs a woman might be secretly drawn to you. Attraction is rarely announced with fanfare. It whispers its presence through lingering glances, soft smiles, and unspoken gestures. It's in the quiet moments, the fleeting touches, the way she leans in just a little closer, hoping you'll notice what her words won't say aloud. Understanding these signs isn't just about decoding her feelings. It's about sharpening your instincts, deepening your connections, and approaching relationships with a sense of confidence and ease. When you can recognize these cues, you open the door to more meaningful interactions, where authenticity and trust can truly flourish. If this journey into the mysteries of attraction has resonated with you, why not stay connected? A simple click, like, subscribe, and that little notification bell ensures you won't miss the next chapter of insights into attraction, confidence, and navigating the intricate dance of human connection. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your mind sharp, and your heart ready to connect. See you in the next video.